main things you're going to be learning today are decision making and playing and working as a team. Two very important things as you get older in life.
You have Shhh or Tell It, which is a game which you can buy off the shelf and play with your family. But on top of that, we've introduced something called Shhh or Tell It Extra. And that is a workshop which is facilitated by an individual and supported by volunteers.
We lay out the ground rules of the day so they understand what is accepted and what is not accepted within the session.
Everybody's opinion counts.
Everybody's opinion counts. Tate, why do you think that's important?
Because if someone doesn't like what they say, you can't just get annoyed and be like, that's wrong and everything.
That's wrong, isn't it? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and everybody's opinion is as valuable as your own opinion, yeah? So let's respect everybody's opinions in the room today.
Include everyone.
Include everyone. Why do you think that's important? So this session starts with young people introducing themselves. They're put into teams, and in those teams, the first part of the session is them in their teams playing the Shhh or Tell It board game.
Oh, yes. You are so lucky. You have a board, and you have little people, and you roll dice.
And if you land on the red square with the sack on it, then you have to pick a scenario card and the person next to you reads it. Your sister got a tattoo even though your parents are dead against it. When she gets home, you are sitting chatting with your parents. She hurries in and out saying she's really tired, so your dad asks you why is she acting so suspiciously. Do you shush or tell it?
Oh, I know the answer to this one, but I'm not going to say it.
You have 15 seconds to make a decision, and at the end you find out what's the better decision or why.
If you get timed out, you go to limbo, which is a nice little square bay in the middle of the board. And that's because basically you haven't taken a stance whether you would either shush or tell the scenario.
Shush.
Okay, so you decide to shush. Why is that?
I'm not sure.
Okay, you
Well,
don't.
so my mum and dad don't find out.
Okay, so you're protecting your sister. The facilitator will go and spend time with the different teams and encourage the young people to really think about why it is that they're choosing to shush or to tell.
I like the scenarios definitely because I mean, so many different cases you get. I've played the game and there's been home situations which have been relative to my life, and I really like the choice of scenarios.
You may not feel too confident about what your stance would be, and you could get away with taking a decision because it's a game.
Shush. It's up to her to be honest. 3 blacks.
Oh, yeah!
Basically, you should try to get as many black or red tokens and try to get to the finish.
We anticipate the game actually lasts 45 minutes, give them a break, and then we have about an hour for the Shhh or Tell It Extra.
The second part of the session is getting young people to come up with their own scenarios. And this is a really exciting part because young people are sitting down individually and writing their own scenarios, which are really similar to the scenarios that you get in the board game, but are very much based on their own experiences. You see your friend and realise he's not looking very good, and you feel embarrassed to be around him in public. Do you shush or do you tell? 1 minute in your teams, please. How many of you would tell it? Hands up. So 4 would tell it, so I'm thinking it's going to have to be a tell it. Why would you shush?
Because that might be the way he likes to dress up. I don't want to insult him in any way, so I'll just shush.
Some of the problems that young people face include lack of communication skills. So a lot of their time is spent on computers, chatting online, texting, so they don't really get a lot of experience discussing things in a group face to face. So the game helps them to do that, and a lot of the time with parents having busy lives that they don't really get to discuss scenarios that happen in life.
So decision making is a really important skill as young people become adults. It's effectively on a daily basis we're having to make decisions. So this game really starts to equip them with a sense of confidence around making decisions.
Working in education, I realised that when it comes to decision making, which is a life skill and a personal development skill, I realised that once again young people don't often get enough of an opportunity to practice it, to develop it, and to understand that there are consequences to decisions, and therefore it's important to understand what that means when you're making decisions.
There's a lot of activities where people come in, they talk, they do PowerPoint presentations, maybe sometimes they may do a performance even, but there's nothing really where the young people sit down and actually play a game and are given scenarios and a way to work through those together.
We're working with an organisation who promote corporate social responsibility opportunities to organisations who would either like to contribute some kind of support, including offering their employee volunteers an opportunity to come and work with us.
Well, volunteer, I mean, we come in on the games and look at how people, not as in just children, people play the games, and we will give suggestions, as in if they've picked Shhh, we'd ask them why they picked Shhh and we'd give them input. Maybe Shhh is not the best idea.
When you have people who come from different walks of life with their own life skills, experience and wealth of knowledge, it's great that they can contribute some value propositions that the group on the table may not even consider or be aware of. It adds something to them, and both parties walk away feeling that they've learned something about each other. Also, the volunteer can scribe some of the reasons for decisions that have been discussed, and we can use that. If we compile that, we can use that to feed back to the school or the youth group and say, these are some of the things that are on the minds of your young people.
The best thing I like about it is all the different scenarios you have and reading them out and trying to figure out which one is right, Shhh or tell. Yeah.
It teaches me to always speak my true opinion, and that everyone's opinion counts.
What I like about the game is that you can still win the game even if you come last.
I would play the game at home with my family, yeah. If they had time to play with me, that is.